let me go for the notes. What is up, guys? My name is Alex Rodriguez and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, well, that's it. Welcome. So today in this video, we're going to be talking about all the questions that you may have now that Cuba is going to be reopening. I mean, if you're watching this video, it's because you're probably thinking about visiting Cuba soon and you might have a lot of questions. Even before getting started this video, guys, I would highly recommend you guys to like this video. If you do it, YouTube is going to be recommending this video to more people, so some other people that might be interested in Cuba as you are going to be watching as well. And this is one of the best ways that you have to support the channel and help me to grow. First question that so many people have about Cuba at this point, even before the reopening, is what currency are you guys using in Cuba? Because I have a good friend who is coming in a few weeks and they don't even know exactly what's the currency that they're going to be using. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, we have in Cuba the MLSA, the USD, and the Cuban peso. Now, what is the official one? Well, I have a video about it, but let me talk to you guys very quickly about it. The official currency that we have in Cuba is the Cuban peso. Now we do have the MLS store. The MLS store are kind of a new currency that we have in Cuba, which are international currency that we only can buy in these stores by using MLSA. What's the point? MLSA are USD, euros, pounds, these kind of international currencies. But the problem with the USD is that we cannot use the USD in paper, I mean physically, because it's useless, because the government is not changing the USD. The only way that we have as locals to use the USD is, for example, if we have some friends, some family, somebody who can send us the USD directly to the bank account so we can put that USD as an MLSA. I know that this might be like confusing, but this is the best ways that I have to explain you guys what is happening. So people send us the USD, we put the USD in the bank, it goes directly to the bank account that we have right here in Cuba. And once the USD is inside of the bank, that USD becomes MLSA. So we can use the MLSA to buy in the stores that only provides, almost all the stores right here in Cuba provides at this point, food, supplements, whatever it is that you're looking for, it's going to be an MLSA, which is crazy, but this is one of the crazy things that you're going to see in Cuba once you visit Cuba. So think about it. The official currency that you're going to be using in Cuba is going to be the CUP. The question is, what currency should I bring to Cuba if I want to go to Cuba as a visitor, as a tourist? Forget about the USD, it's going to be useless. You're not going to be able to exchange it. I've said this so many times, but it's very, very important that you take note about it, because you're not going to be able to exchange it unless you go to the black market, which I'm not recommending you to do that. Because if you don't know exactly where you're getting into, you can be scammed, something can happen, somebody can scam you. I don't know, guys. Avoid doing illegal things, all right? So let's jump into the question number 2. The question number 2 is Cuba open yet? Because I've seen so many things about Cuba, and the answer is yes, of course. Cuba is open, you can come right now, but the main problem with this is that the prices are extremely, as I normally say, are super extremely expensive. What I mean by this is that it's not going to be only expensive, the lifestyle in Cuba that you're gonna see, but the flights, the tickets are extremely super expensive as well. That's one of the main reasons why we're not receiving tourism at this point. Even though we're having, it's not going to be the same wave. Then, for example, if we open on November 15, something could happen. I don't know. We're all waiting for November 15 because something might happen. We gotta change, because people are not going to be visiting Cuba with this crazy price. Third question, or the question number 3, is, can we travel out of Havana? For example, some people are coming to Havana, but they're coming for 15 days or just more than a week. And they want to visit Havana, but at the same time, they want to see outside. Maybe Playa del Rio, maybe they want to go to Trinidad, or maybe they have rented some hotels in the Cayos and they want to go there. Is that available? Yes. Right now you can do it, and the question that you might have is, do I need a PCR? Do I need vaccinated ID, something like that? And the answer is yes. if you want to visit Cuba at this point, you have to bring an ID or something to show that you're vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, don't worry guys, I have mentioned this in other videos, but you need to bring a PCR negative with 72 hours in advance. I mean, that's the only two options that you have, but this is what it is, okay? The face masks in Cuba are mandatory. It's obligatory that you use the face mask. Avoiding taking off the face mask because you can get a fine because of it and you don't want to do it, okay? Next question is, for example, if I want to go from Havana to I don't know, Playa del Rio, how do I go there? Where I gotta go? Do I need to rent a car? Do I need to get a bus? What can I do? Well, at this point, what you can do, what I know is that you can go to the bus station and get a bus. I don't know exactly how much it's going to be costing, or you can use the train station because some of you guys want to know about the train, whatever it is, how you can use it. All this information you can Google because I'm not a specialist. I'm not someone who can tell you exactly how it works or prices or anything like that, but I highly recommend you guys to Google that information. But yes, you can do it. Fourth question, how are the prices? Forget about the flights, as I just mentioned it, prices are insane. And the lifestyle in Cuba is super, extremely expensive. Now, is this going to be affecting you as well as a visitor? Of course. I mean, if you go to the official banks, official places to exchange the currency they're currently bringing to Cuba, it's going to be extremely expensive as well because you're going to be living as local. I mean, you're going to be paying exactly the same amount that we do, and it's going to be expensive. This hat is going to be 20 bucks. You're going to be paying for this 50, maybe 100 bucks. And it sounds crazy, but this is Cuba. So make sure that you're bringing a lot of money if you want to survive in Cuba during your tourism travel or experience, okay? Some people might be wondering, so what's the main problem with visiting Cuba right now? Guys, the main problem are the prices. The other problem is trying to find, for example, if you're planning to visit Cuba, you might be struggling with finding a flight in a low budget or finding a flight. If you're trying to find a flight and you don't find it, that's one of the reasons why once you find a flight, you're gonna find it super extremely expensive as well, because there are now so many flights coming at this point. Even though I've heard some news, you're gonna have tons of flights frequently coming to Havana. I don't know how much they're gonna be costing. Again, I highly recommend you guys to Google that information because I'm not the right person to tell you about prices when it comes to flights, okay? So make sure you look to the right place, to the right website about that information so you can avoid being scammed. Next question is, which are the best sites to find accommodation in Havana or in Cuba in general? I would highly recommend you guys using Airbnb, but just in case you don't like Airbnb for any reasons, whatever is the reason that you don't like it, you can find it in booking.com or maybe other sites like TripAdvisor. These are very, very famous websites where you can find accommodation in Cuba. If you know some locals or if you know someone who can rent you in advance these, I don't know, accommodations without going inside of these sites, that's a good thing because you're going to be saving money, because these sites, they're going to be taking some, let's say, taxes for doing this service, which is pretty cool. But if you can save money by traveling to Cuba, go and check this video because I highly recommend you this video, guys, if you're traveling to Cuba in a budget, all right? The other question is, Alex, is there anything I should know before visiting Cuba? Well, guys, at the beginning of this channel, I made some videos about the things that you should avoid in Cuba, places, avoid bringing this stuff, this another one. And again, if you want to know more about it, go and check this video right here. Well, right here, where I was explaining to you guys all the things that you might be avoiding, taking care of, bringing to Cuba, and all this stuff. Alex, I want to help Cuban people. What should I bring to Cuba? This is another question that so many people ask me. Alex, what can I bring to Cuba? Guys, this is relative. I mean, whatever it is that you can bring, and disclaimer, I'm not saying that you should bring anything. I'm only giving you the best answer I can, because I know that some of you are going to be asking this question. If you want to bring something to Cuba, people in Cuba, or maybe friends, families, whatever it is, guys, whatever it is that you're going to be bringing is going to be helpful for them, because in Cuba we're having a severe crisis that we don't have anything, from food to medicine to, I don't know, minimal supplements, soaps, whatever it is that you bring in, clothing, whatever, it's going to be helpful. So don't think about, oh, should I bring this? Should I bring that? Bring whatever you can, guys. Don't think about it. Cuban people are going to be appreciated. It's up to you guys. It really depends about what you want to bring. Is this a good time for visiting Cuba? Yes and no. I mean, yes, if you have some friends and family that you want to visit, or maybe if you have a lot of money and want to spend some good time in Cuba, of course. No, if you are traveling on a budget, because it's pretty expensive, and if you don't know exactly what you want to do. Cuba is having a crazy time, and you probably know about this. If you're watching this video, it's because at least you know something about Cuba, okay? So think about it. Think, if is this a good time? For example, if I was you, should I come? Yes, I have my father here, my brothers, and I would definitely come, but I don't know. You have to think about it. Worth it? You let me know in the comments below. What's your point of view, and if you're planning to come. So maybe if you want to be coached 101 with me, I can help you with that. I'm not saying that you're going to be traveling to Cuba alone, because I'm going to be teaching you, showing you, telling you what you know before, during your time in Cuba, and after your trip to Cuba. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. It's one of the best ways that you have to support the channel. Become a member if you want to support the channel, so I can keep creating content like this one, and I can make YouTube my full-time job to give you more information, not only about Cuba, but all the places that are going to be traveling in the future, so you can become a member of this beautiful community that you and I have created together. My name is Alex Rodriguez. It was a pleasure having you here, and see all your smiling faces. Talk to you soon, guys, in the next video. Ciao, pescado. Remember that you can check the links if you want to have some information, or some guides, or some, I don't know, extra info about visiting Cuba. And see you guys in the next video. Ciao, pescado.